Going over to the Cultural Pod podcast, you have the comment section without Brett Cooper continuing to bleed subscribers as folks are not liking Reagan, the new host of the show. Now, we'll dive into the latest video she uploaded to kind of look at the top comments, which would be appropriate since the show is called the comment section. But first, I wanted to go to one of my favorite websites called Social Blade and look at the statistics. Now, just go pull up her profile, which is kind of funny. It's relative to the channel, it's still very much new in terms of Brett Cooper, the traditional actual host of the show, leaving, or some debate being ousted by the Daily Wire, the production company, for the new gal Reagan, who was actually Brett Cooper's bridesmaid and I guess supposedly her former best friend and producer. Well, they still have Brett Cooper in the banner ad, or not the banner ad rather, but the banner description of this Social Blade website. Now, here you can see, she's one of the channel, more specifically the comic section on the YouTube, is one of the top, bar none. It's got a B+ rating. It's the 950th subscriber rank, 716th in the United States. I mean, in other words, there's a lot of green signs on this screen here, kind of the antithesis of my show, but someday we'll get there in theory. Now, in terms of how much the show is making, I mean, estimating yearly earnings between $140K to $2.3 million, which, yeah, for revenue, that might very well be accurate. I mean, this data is private. We don't know what the Daily Wire operational cost is, but the Daily Wire also spent, several millions of dollars advertising the comment section with Brett Cooper. So I do debate if they actually made a profit while Brett Cooper was leading the channel. Now, in terms of the subscriber count, that's where it's down. It's down to 4.18 million subscribers. Still got, 3.6 billion views on the channel, which is one of the newest ones. Created January 2022. Again, it's one of the fastest growing, most successful YouTube channels that I've seen, especially when it comes to an individual hosted show for commentary. But here's where things don't go great. So here are the subscribers, and there's a crash. That's really started to go negative. Now, the first time it went negative was, December 13th when this news started to break out, and you saw the new Temu Brett Cooper, and it went they lost about 20,000 subscribers. And pretty much every day they've lost 20, let's see, so they lost 20,000, 20,000, 10,000, 20,000, 30,000, 30,000, 20,000, 30,000, 40,000 December 21st. Wow. Then you also have 20,000 December 22nd, 10,000 December 23rd, 10,000 December 24th. So this is about 10,000 per day, which is not great. Again, still has more than 4 million subscribers. And when it comes to the views look to be about the same, more or less. Welcome. YouTube channel here. Looks like consistently gain between, let's see, it'll round it up to about 100,000 to 200,000 views. But yeah, I mean, last 30 days they've lost 320,000 subscribers, which is also quite a few. Now they've also gained in that 30 days. They've had 46 million views on the channel. So a lot of people are tuning in. I mean, spoiler alert, not many of them are happy, but yeah, they're still getting the views. Now the question is, how long will it take for it to become profitable, or if it's already profitable at the current view rate? Now, going to comment section actual show, they did update the banner, so it's got the new. Some people are calling her the Temu Brett Cooper, but her real name is Reagan. And just looking at the latest upload she did, which, not the best. So she got in 2 days. Well, again, still monumentally better than my show at the moment. In 2 days, she got about 87,000 views, which, I mean, compared to my show, that's stratospherically amazing. But for her channel, for the actual channel, I'd say it's actually below what Brett Cooper was doing. Now, she only got 3.2 thousand likes, which is terrible for that kind of a show with that many subscribers, with that many views. That's ridiculously low. Now, let's go to the top comments here. Spoiler alert, most of them aren't too favorable when it comes to Reagan. Now, scrolling down more and more, again, this is her latest upload. And in terms of the content of the show, it's very similar to what Brett Cooper is doing in terms of cultural topics. I mean, this is about a gal who apparently slept with 100 men in one day, which, yeah, kind of sad that is part of the cultural discussion these days and how far the bar has fallen. But again, very relevant to the usual cultural things Brett Cooper discussed on the show. Now, one of the first comments comes from Mark saying, quote, "The comment section is now what makes people truly click these videos. Oh, the irony." Got 497 likes. Do you know Hikari says, "More people are viewing the comment section than the actual video, LOL, getting 370 likes," which I would love to see the not just the click-through rate conversion of her show, but also what's the average engagement time? How many seconds are people watching her show before clicking the pause button or going to another channel? Or does she have near 100% rate in terms of someone clicking the video and watching the whole thing through? I can't help but think that, the actual engagement or the actual time of the video people watch, I can't help but think that percentage should drop dramatically. Now, again, comment that kind of proves my point. Granted, we don't have the evidence, but Zen Time says, step 1, mute, pause video. Step 2, scroll down, thank you, getting 154 likes. Let's see, someone by the name of Ingalls says, quote, I think we'd have more respect for her if she addressed the comment section, and if Reagan had her own identity, not copying Brett's, getting 2,000 likes, which, yeah, in terms of her mannerisms and even how she, all her body language, as well as her tone, is very, very, very similar to Brett Cooper. Let's just watch this for a second.
This video, if there are children around, get them out. This is not for their ears. I have been watching this story of a young woman unfold over the past several weeks online. She's been slowly growing in popularity, and her story seems so absurd that I did not and could not believe that it was true. Then I learned that it was very much true, but I didn't want to just do a story covering her and giving her even more attention. That is until I learned that another creator has also been following her story and just filmed an entire documentary around the event that made her viral. And what resulted from that documentary warranted an episode. The young woman who has gone viral for sleeping with 100 men in one day is named Lily Phillips, and she is only 23 years old. She's an creator from the UK. One outlet covered the story and they said an model's viral
at least they listen to the comment section. There's only, I think, 2 camera angles there, but they're, multiple zooms that they're using. But yeah, one of the first critiques when Reagan was taking over is, why does the show have, it seemingly 25 different cameras? Upon further examination, they probably had like 3 to 4, but yeah, it looks like they're not jumping around as much as they used to. But yeah, the way, her tone, her hand gestures, it's all exactly like Brett Cooper. And there's rumors that, Reagan had acting classes and they were trying to coach her on how to exactly replicate her, which, yeah, it's not going great. Now, someone by the name of Darth Toaster, which perhaps it's an unsung hero from the Star Wars franchise. I did not realize they had a toaster. If they have toasters now, presumably they would have them in the future as well. That's logical. But perhaps it's an unsung hero behind the whole Star Wars franchise. I don't know. They'd probably be a better character than most of the things they've made after Disney bought them. Granted, the bar's low. Nevertheless, this alleged Darth Toaster says, quote, woman betrays 100 best friends in one day, getting 575 likes. Zothrat says, I'm still coming to the comment section to read the comment section, getting 1.6 thousand likes. Crisis says, one day they're going to delete every video with Brett like they did with Candace, getting 180 likes, which, now that I don't think that's out of the realm of possibilities. Most videos, if you look at, how YouTube makes money, or how people make money on the YouTube, pretty much you get 90+% of all the revenue ever generated for that video. An overwhelming majority of the time happens within the first 24 hours of posting it. So in terms of archival videos, going viral again, that's very rare. In terms of them making any money at all, I would argue that's even rarer. Now, you have somebody named Jax saying, quote, officially unsubscribed. I've waited to see if Reagan would come into her own personality, but she obviously has not read the comment section of the comment section. Ironic. Getting 333 likes. Now, someone by the name, let me scroll down here. Sorry about that. Says Ginny Hinchker. I'm not purposely trying to mispronounce that name. Ginny says, quote, look, when Brett acts like Brett, it's normal. When you do it, it's creepy. Getting 543 likes, which, yeah. I also have Racy Bear says, why are you just acting like Brett? You can't just replace her, make your own channel. Getting 65 likes, which, again, the issue with that is, again, the Daily Wire has spent millions of dollars advertising this YouTube channel, and it used to be the former personality and the host of the show, Brett Cooper. Again, getting 4 million subscribers on a channel is a monumentous, one of the most difficult tasks out there, especially when you have more, I would argue, more controversial or more conservative values. That's where you see a lot of the shadow bans on the YouTube. And again, we know the Daily Wire spends, $130,000 per month promoting Ben Shapiro on the Facebook for his page, so you can be promoted there. And again, I can only imagine how much they're spending Brett Cooper on the YouTube, on the Facebook, and all these different social media apps. Which again, if you have the capital expenditures to do that, that is, as we've seen here, a very efficient way to grow your channel. Again, Brett Cooper is also amazingly talented. A lot of people tuned in because she's a great host of the show. But yeah, I mean, I do wonder. I mean, how much money did the Daily Wire put in just to the YouTube channel alone? I mean, 1 million, 2 million, 5 million. I mean, 6 million plus. I mean, who knows? And again, they're still a private company. Also, now just passed a $1 billion valuation. I think they have now $200 million in recurring revenue every year from subscriptions. They're amazingly successful. Going down more and more, Mercedes says, quote, this has nothing to do with Brett versus Reagan, but I can say something as a viewer. I do not like the camera angle changing every 5 seconds, getting 61 likes, which, yeah, there's a couple of people that don't like that. Do one or two more. Miko says, quote, this is how a channel dies. Daily Wire just creates a new channel with Reagan and start from scratch again. Views are declining and the subscribers are leaving. It's not worth it to beat a dead horse, getting 575 likes. That being said, the number of people unsubscribing, that rate is decreasing. Again, it started at 30,000, 40,000, but it's now about 10,000 per day, which again is huge. But again, there will be some people who do like Timu Brett Cooper, or as they call her, I suppose, Reagan. It's not out of the realm of possibility. There's going to be someone who connects with her, well, many someones, and eventually I think maybe it'll grow back. It's possible. Again, the Daily Wire also has very talented people in the marketing department. I mean, it takes more than just clicking a button to promote a channel or promote a video. There's a lot of things that go into it. But I mean, as the Daily Wire has shown, they built Brett Cooper from, not to be pejorative about her, but before she was on Daily Wire, she's much less known. Again, amazingly talented, but the Daily Wire did help build her brand reputation to be, a household name. So we'll do one or two more comments before moving on here. You have Kelly saying, quote, girl cannot hear you throughout the comment section. Seriously, did not hear a word, getting 364 likes. Let's see. One more. Anthony says, after 10 seconds of watching this, I realized she's not as good as Brett Cooper. She's not as attractive or charismatic. I'm sorry, but that's the truth. It would be like replacing Ben Shapiro with Dylan Mulvaney. Getting 76 likes. Which, again, according to my YouTube, I do the YouTube community post. I actually did a poll of how do you save the comment section. Do you, one, get Brett Cooper back, two, keep Reagan or Timu Brett Cooper, or three, have Ben Shapiro dress up as Brett Cooper's attire and have him host the show. And 70% of the people polled did say Ben Shapiro should just, I usually say suit up, but dress up for the comment section, which the fact they didn't do that, at least on April Fool's Day as a joke, is a lost opportunity, especially for, I think that have been a comedic thing Daily Wire could have done. Hindsight, so of course 2020, but yeah, and again, it looks like statistically speaking, the bleeding is starting to lessen a little bit, and well, how long do you think it'll take to get to the Brett Cooper leaving subscriber count and analytics? Do you think Daily Wire could turn the ship around within weeks? Is it months? I mean, certainly I don't think it's years. Most businesses are not going to lose money for that long unless you're like, well, famously, Amazon.com lost money for years until they made a profit. But most companies aren't going to do that with the individual host of a show. So I don't think it's going to be years. But what do you think the runway is? Or how much time do they have to turn things around? And then let me know, do you think they actually made a profit off Brett Cooper and the show when she was hosting it? Or because of the massive upfront investment and continued marketing investment, do you think they were just losing money or even breaking even? Let me know your thoughts, because as always, be fascinated to hear what you have to say. Thank you everyone for taking the time to tune in today. Again, trying to get to 4,000 subscribers by the end of the year. So if you can click that button, I would greatly appreciate it. Also, give me a thumbs up, thumbs down, or comment. It's a great way to give me some additional feedback, letting me know how I can make the show better and better. Lastly, don't forget to take time to tell your family, tell your friends, tell your coworkers, heck, tell your enemies, tell anyone and everyone. Just stay safe, fight the good fight.